Raj and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So this is the second part of the lists in Python. If you haven't watched the first part, the link is in the description box, as well as towards the left top corner. So this is the second part, and we'll discuss about some more concepts in list that is provided by the Python language. So we will start off with list cloning. So list cloning is also known as copying a list to another list, or copying a list to another variable. So seems quite an easy task at one glance, but let's say I have a list named A is equals to 1 2 3 4, and I want to assign, or I will just want to save the instance of this values of the present in the list to another variable. So let's take that variable as B, and I want to save the content of A and B. So I will simply do it by B is equals to A. Seems pretty easy and trivial. So I can easily check that as well. So I have A is equals to B. So now B has the same content as A. So let's say I want to perform an operation on A. Let's say now I have saved the instance of B, sorry, the values of A. Now I want to change the value of let's say this 2 by my name. So let's say I am changing the value at the index 1, which is 2, by the value of Raj, and I can check that. So yes, the value has been changed from 2 to Raj. The string is this value. But let's say I just want to see. Now I want to compare both the states, the earlier state and this new state. So I have saved that state, right? So I can check that using checking the variable B. So but here there is pretty strange thing to notice, that I have changed the list A, but it has also changed the list B as well. So the reason there is a reason behind this. So what Python internally does is, whenever you assign a variable like this to another variable, it both the variables A and B are pointing to the same memory location internally. So here A and B are both pointing to the list 1 2 3 4 internally. So whenever you try to change this list by any of the variable, it will automatically be reflected in the other variable. So in order to get over this effect, I will use I have two methods to to save a copy of that variable. First is using this list demarcators and having a colon in between them, and another is the copy function. So I will use both of this one by one. So I will use this demarcation way first. So I have changed this A, and now I can see that I have saved the earlier state of A in B. So it is giving me an exact copy. I will now use the copy function. So yes, it is doing the same as well. So you can use this either of the method to clone your list or any other data types as well. I will discuss it in the next videos. So next up we have traversal. So let's say you have a list of 5 items. So you can easily traverse from using your indexes of 0 1 2 3, and you can easily know which value is present where. But let's say you have a list of 1,000 variables, or sorry, 1,000 items, and you want to check a particular item's value based on some condition or something like that. So it is not possible for you to write a code for each and every index. And let's say you want to traverse the whole list, you want to check each and every variable item present in the list, then you are not going to type 1,000 print statement for each index. So it is you have to use traversal techniques. So for list traversals, we have two techniques. So first is using indexes. So you can use those indexes via help of a loop. So either you can take for loop or else a while loop, but I would prefer to use for loop because it is counter oriented, so it becomes easy for us to increment or decrement the indexes. So I will use for. I will take the iterator variable as I in, and I will use the range function. We'll start from 0 and the length of a or whatever your list is. So then I will use print, and I will here's the most important step. I will take the list variable a, and then in the square brackets I will use this I. So I is nothing but your iterator variable. So I will denote the index, and I will, as soon as I run it, I will get the list variables one after the other. Or there is another method to traverse using the iterable property. So list is a iterable variable or iterable object. So I can directly use directly take the values from the list. So I will use the same for loop for I as in I as iterator variable, and I will directly write the name of the variable, that is a, and I will directly print the value of I. So it will again result it will result the same as the previous. But there is one thing to notice, that here in the first case the I was the index, and here the I is an item. So make sure guys don't mix up both of the things and do something weird. So be clear about using either of the technique. You don't have to use the combination of any both. So either you can use the indexes or use the iterable property. So that's it for traversal. We'll go towards list functions and methods. So there is a foundational difference between methods and functions. They both sound same, also interchangeably used as functions, but you need to know the basic difference between this. So the list functions here is a generic term or a generic function, so it can be used on multiple objects or on multiple data types. So the functions are min, max, length are very generic in purpose. Like you can use min, max and length function on string, on tuple, on dictionary. Tuple and dictionary we'll discuss in the later videos, but you can use it on multiple objects. But the methods here are bind to a certain data type. So let's say there are some functions, or in general terms there are some functions that are only assigned to or only related with the list. So these functions are known as list methods in proper official terms, that I can say. So I can use the max function to get the maximum value that is present in the list. It is an assumption that I am taking a numeric list or a list which contains a numeric values. So I can get the maximum value out of that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say I take a list something like this. Now I'll use the max function. So I'll pass the list variable in it, and I'll get the value of 5. So here 5 is the maximum value. Let's say if I change 3 with 1000, so it will yield me a value of 1000. Similarly, the opposite of max is min. So I can directly use min of a, so it will return a value of 1. And then we have the length function. So length function will do nothing but it will return the number of items present in the list. So it will only check for how many items are there, regardless of what the items are. It may be an integer, it may be a string, or it can be a list as well. So list is a collection of objects. So object might be a list as well. So you can have multiple lists, nested lists if there's there as well. So the last video of this last topic of this video is methods. So I have already told you the difference. So first up we have the append method. So append method is nothing but it will if you want to add add an item to your existing list, then you can use this append function. So here you can pass an object. So by object you can add anything, a string, a list as well. So let's take the same example as a is equals to a list of 1, 2, 3. Let's say I want to add a new value of, let's say 5000 in it to the already present list. I can use this append function. So it will append 5000 into the existing list, and it will the new list will be of 1, 2, 3, 5000. So so append will automatically insert the new object at the end of the list. So let's say you want to insert the object or the value to a particular index or a particular position, then you can use this insert function. So insert will append. We have to pass an offset here. So offset is nothing but your index. So let's say if you pass a maximum value, a value which is out of the length of the items present in the, it will automatically add it at the end. If you pass an index which is below 0, it will automatically end it at the beginning. And if you pass an intermediate, it will automatically shift the items according to the index. So let's take I have this list present over here, so 1 2 3 500, and I want to append or insert item at the first index. So I will present write the index 1, and I want to, the value I want to insert is Raj. And I will use this insert function, and I will get the result as 1 Raj 2 3 500. So here I'm inserting the Raj here at the first index. So the values after that index will be shifted by 1 automatically. So like as we append a value, we can remove also a value. We can also remove a value. So we have two types of list item removing functions. So one is remove and one is pop. So remove, let's say I have this list present over here, 1 2 33 4. I want to remove a value from this list. So I can remove by mentioning what value I want to remove from. Let's say I want to remove this 33 from the list. So I will write a dot remove 33, and it will remove that value, and as soon as I print it, it will return 1 2 3 or 1 2 4. So I have removed 33. So remember guys, whatever the item object that you are passing to be removed or you want to remove, it should be present in the list if you are using this remove function. If the item is not present in the list, then it will return an error. It will give an error. Let's say I passed 500, which is not present in the list, and as soon as I run it, it will give me a value error because the item is not present in the list. So make sure your item is present in the list. Or if you have multiple occurrences of the object or the value you want to remove, let's say I have I have two instances of one, so it will automatically remove the first instance of that value. I will use remove, and so here you can see that the first instance of one was removed and the second was preserved because I've only used the remove once. So pop is a more of flexible in terms of that. So let's say I want to remove a variable, a value from any index. I can pass the index in this pop function, and it will remove the value from that index. So let's say I have a list of 10, 20, 30, and 40. I want to remove the value at first index 1. So it is the second, technically the second term in the list. So I'll use this pop function. So it will remove that item and it will return the value of that popped item. So it will give me the value of 20, and if you check the value, if you check the list, so it has already removed the item and it is returning the item as well. So if you don't pass any parameter here, so it will automatically remove the last element. Or if let's say you are passing an index which is beyond the range of the indexes of the list, it will give the index error. So that's it in this video guys. If you haven't subscribed this channel, please subscribe, please like, and if you have any doubts, please comment on this channel. Take care of your health, and I will be coming soon with the third part of the list. Till then, this is Raj signing out.